Good morning, students. Welcome to online class. Hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. So guys, today I am going to teach you social science, and the segment is economics, chapter number 3, and I hope you have purchased the book. You can go through the book, but now I am going to teach you. Later on you will go through the book. You can read the heading and you have to read, otherwise you won't be able to understand. So chapter 3, the heading is poverty as challenge. India is a vast country. It is a subcontinent. 135 crores of people do reside in India, the second densely populated country after China. But poverty is one of the major factors in our country. Many governments they have gone. Still, one government it is ruling. India is a democratic state. It is a secular state with 135 crores of population. And poverty, it is one of the challenges before the government of India. So let us discuss that why poverty, it is a challenge to India, why it is a challenge to our country. Because just as the geographical features, just as the natural resources, those are not centralized, those are scattered, and to extract or to collect those resources, human resource, that is essential and mandatory implementation of human resource. As the same, poverty, it is also not equal in the Indian society. But there is an intense poverty in our country, though it is not equal all over India. It has been divided into two parts: rural poverty, urban poverty. What are the rural poverties? That means the people of the rural area, they are the landless farmers. They do work, they do toil in the land belongs to the landlords, belongs to the other person, and they are the daily wagers, daily basis. Sometimes they do get the wage, sometimes instead of currency or money, they do get grains or pulses instead. So this is the condition of the rural areas. Many people in the rural areas, they do cut the trees, they are engaged in the wildlife, they do job under the timber merchants, but they are the laborers. They are still striving, unable to feed their children or unable to feed themselves. That is the challenge of poverty. And what is the scenario of the urban areas? Lakhs and lakhs of people. You want witness? You go through the current status of our country. The current status at this very moment. Lakhs and lakhs of migrants, they are coming, they are scattered, they are dispersed here and there. Trains are coming, hundreds of trains are coming, lakhs of migrants are boarding, lakhs of migrants are there on the platform getting down from the train. This is the current status. Only in search of job, only to feed their family, only to manage their families, they are compelled to migrate to other states So this is the condition. These migrants, these people, are they rich? They don't have a single coin in their hand. And it is not a current phenomena. It is the common factor. It is the common factor pre-independence, post-independence. Because poverty is the challenge before the government. When India became free or got freedom, that time also, and before, that means pre-freedom, during colonial rules, they used to work under the landlords as the bonded labor. You know that? You have already learnt in history, studied in history. So still, being a democratic state, poverty is a challenge before the government, whatever the government is, whoever the government. So this is the common phenomena or factor in our country, that poverty that is not centralized. It is noticed in rural areas, it is noticed in urban areas. Rural areas, they do work in the field, they are attached to the wildlife, they are attached to the farming, work as bonded labor, not bonded labor, that system it has been abolished, daily wage. And in the urban areas, lakhs and lakhs of people, they are working in the mills, in the factories, in the spinning mills, or in the jewelry factories, in the workshop, automobiles, attached to the automobile factories, they are working as the workers. They are paid, but not sufficient. Even their family members are also, they are engaged in the same job. One or two family members, even father is working, son is also working, or nephew is also working, but the salary, whatever they are getting, that is not sufficient. Suppose 6 family members, apart from him, 6 family members, every month they do expect his salary. They are dependent upon the bread earner. He has to send money to the village, to his family members. So that is why, obviously, it is a challenge for the government of India. So guys, some lines I am reading before you. You just listen. I have made a note. So you just listen to these lines, that we come across many people in our daily life where we consider poor. Such persons could be landless laborers in villages, or people living in overcrowded juggies. You know very well, in slum areas, their standard of living is very low because their earning is low. So what they would do? They have to send money to their villages. They have to feed their family members. So their standard of living is also low. In the crowded city as Mumbai, city as Delhi, city as Kolkata, city that is same, but area is different for the poor people. They do stay in juggies, and they do stay in the slum areas. Very poor sanitary system, unhygienic atmosphere, unhealthy and unhygienic, scarcity of water, lack of sanitation system, lack of sanitary system and drainage system. So these areas they do stay, and the poverty is seen all around us. It is fact that in India, every fourth person in poor fourth person is poor. This means that there are about 26 crore people in India who live in poverty. You can note down 26 crore people of India who live in poverty. You can note it down in your copy. So how many illustrations or how many examples I can give you? I need not to give you because you can see around you. So poverty, there is a term, poverty line. That is an invisible line, BPL, below poverty line. So BPL, that line that is invisible. Nobody has drawn that line. We cannot see that line. The line is visible, and people beyond that line, people are standing here, rich people are standing. No, that is an invisible line. The social scientists, they have drawn the line, invisible line. So who are below the poverty line? Below the poverty line means the people, their earning is not sufficient. Some of them are daily wagers. Some of them are those who are getting fixed salary, but that is not sufficient for the family members. 6 family members, and the bread earner, he is only earning 3,000 or maximum 5,000 per month. He can feed all 6 members only 2 times food or meal. That is very simple. Rice pulses, chapati pulses, that's it. Apart from that, no extra food. Even they do not wear slippers or shoes. They are deprived of. During festivals also, they cannot purchase new dresses, shoes, or any other whatever they do want or desire. They are deprived of. So that is called the BPL, that means below poverty line. Only 2 time meal and 2 pairs of clothes. It is written. Social scientists, they do say, until and unless those clothes are torn, they cannot buy, or they don't buy other pair of